Hello, and welcome back with Dr. Pez and his assistant, along with the Pork Belly and Johnny in the booth. Today, we have an awesome show with lots of cool people. And I want to remind everyone to make sure you hit the like and subscribe button. Also, if you are watching with us live, give us a little shout in the chat box. Let us know you're here. Let us know what you're thinking of our educated opinions. Dr. Pez, welcome back. Nice to see you again.
Are you all right, mate? How's it going?
Going well. I know you were on site watching the training camps. Did you learn anything while you were on site?
I was on site. What are you on about?
Well, the last show, you were, you're on site watching training camps, having a few beers.
I don't know. Can't really remember. I've had too many beers and cocktails.
By the way, I don't know what type of funny business you're trying to pull, but the next time I see you with a Tennessee Volunteer shirt, we're going to have some problems.
I've got two.
I'm an Arkansas Razorback fan, so we can't have any of that Tennessee Volunteer stuff. Next thing you're going to tell me you're a Manning fan.
No, I'll get a Razorback one for the show later in the season.
There you go. Now you're talking. I love it. So today we have a lot of segments. We're going to be talking about the last Orkney Bowl League that we have not predicted. I believe that's Dwarfie Stane. We're also going to do a fantasy draft with Johnny, the three of us. We will also be doing a Thursday night pick against the spread, not a straight up pick, but with the spread. We will also do a lock of the week. And I think this year we will allow any spread because it is called lock of the week. So you can choose any team you wish, regardless of spread. And then the underdog of the week. And again, I think any spread for the underdog is okay. Now, if Johnny or Pez disagrees, please let me know. And I will take my punishment like a squealing little pig I am. So, Johnny, let's get to it. Dwarfie Stane. Let's take a look. Now, I need to make this a little larger here. Let me see. There we go. All right. The Lagersville Lemons. First pick. What do you think, Pez, of the Lagersville Lemons?
I look at his wide receivers straight away and it puts me off. Christian McCaffrey really puts me off because he's not prepared. He's not ready to train, but you never know this close to the season what teams are putting out there is true or false. You just never know with them kind of things. But if he goes into the week one still with this niggling hamstring, if I'm right in thinking.
Yeah, I think it's a calf string.
Yeah. Oh, is it a calf?
Yeah,
calf?
It's a calf string, I believe. I'm going to search that,
yeah. But even that, like with the way they use him, that would worry me. Like,
time to pick up Jordan Mason, Lemonsville Loggers, Lemonade Fresh.
I'd imagine he would have done that straight out of the bag as insurance. Josh Allen, nice QB there. I just don't. I don't personally. I don't really like it. Like going that high on Fred Warner. When, for me, your wide receiver one's Jalen Waddle.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then you've got DeAndre Hopkins, and fair enough, he may have drafted him before the injury. Addison is now, I think, injured as well, or questionable. Kyle Hamilton's a nice pickup at the back end. Tyler Conklin's a very slept-on tight end, especially in the point scoring of the Orkney. I think he will get him some good points. Yeah, it's almost like he's took a sacrifice going for CMC and Josh Allen.
Well, I can tell you for a fact with some inside information, this pick was discussed with Lemony Fresh. This is my buddy's team. I'm not going to give you the discussions, but I will just say that I advised against it. I'm not going to say it's a bad pick. I'm not going to say that it's a good pick. CMC is a solid player, but yeah, I just verified it is a calf strain, so that's going to affect his cutting and his acceleration. Certainly, I like Waddle, I like Cup, but I don't know. I'm with you on the wide receivers. Rashee Rice, I don't think he's wide receiver one this year. I think Worthy's going to take that. So
yeah, Rashee Rice looks a lot more slot. Looks a lot more slot rolled. With Hollywood Brown out, he might get a bit of outside work, but he looks like he's primarily going to be in the slot, and then he's almost fighting with Travis Kelce in that kind of zone of the field. So, yeah, it's going to be a hard one, that.
It's an interesting team. So, any other teams here you like to talk about? Has one caught your eye?
Well, I feel like, because this is the only league we've got, do you want to just run through each team? Or
don't forget we have the draft.
We do.
Wild card divisions as well.
What do you think then to the second team, the Gloucestershire
Wolf King?
The Wolf Pack, Gloucester Wolf Pack. It's an interesting one, that, because I like his three running backs. I like Kyler.
He's got three
tight ends,
wide receivers.
Yeah, his wide receivers. He's just like all rookie class.
CeeDee Lamb, the best in the league too. Wow.
And he's wasted, in my opinion. Anyway, he's wasted. Like, he's gone for Montez Sweat when Bobby Wagner was still there, and I don't know. I think Montez Sweat and then Sauce Gardner. In this kind of scoring, Sauce Gardner's not really that good because it doesn't really, play into
the scoring.
Yeah, I do like House here. And Ivan Pace. I think they're two good ones, but I feel like the other two IDPs, there's that many IDPs out there. It's kind of two wasted picks for him, to be honest.
So, what are you thinking about the Plymouth Assassins? I think you're.
It is the one I literally just caught my eye with the two tight ends up top with Amara.
Yeah,
I like it. I kind of like what he's done there. He's bought into the tight end premium, but my mate did the same thing, and it kind of cost him last year because, yes, it's a tight end premium, but unless you had like a Sam Laporta or one of them tight ends last year, it doesn't actually pay off as much as people think. Like, Trey McBride and Mark Andrews should be two solid guys for him, with Amara St. Brown. And then I think Romeo Dobbs and Joshua Palmer. I think he's done all right there because he's clearly going for the tight end premium. Took a bit of a hit with his wide receiver 2 and 3 with Tank Dell and Rome Odunze because there's just too much messiness with that. But then later down, he's managed to pick up Romeo Dobbs, who I think everyone's sleeping on, Josh Palmer and Gabe Davis. They're in really good positions to maybe like get some serious points under the belt.
Yeah, especially Palmer.
The running backs, obviously, that's where he takes a massive nosedive. Najee should have the backfield to himself. I know Warren's saying he should be back for week 1, but I can't see them overly using him. And then Ty Spears is in a committee with Pollard, so that could shoot him in the foot really there.
So we'll get to the new teams that Johnny mentioned, but I wanted to talk about one team. It's the Nick Tactics Manchester Spinners. I kind of like this team. He's done well with the wide receivers, obviously. Kincaid could have a breakout this year. A lot of people are predicting it. He waited until like round 9 to get a quarterback, which could be a top 5 QB.
Yeah,
I
love that
Javonte.
quarterback.
I think Javonte Williams is being, use your word, a little slept on. Jerome Ford, he was running back 4, I think, after week 8 last year or something like that.
Yeah.
J.K. Dobbins, who knows?
I'll tell you now, I think that J.K. Dobbins is going to be the running back 1 for the Chargers. Health dependent, but I think J.K. Dobbins, if he can play a full season, I think he'll end up being the 1 by the end of the year. And them 2 picks right there could be a steal, because people are putting too much stuff into Chubb, but it's going to take him all this year just to get back. Like
Chubb is done.
Pretty.
I see people picking him in the 5th and 6th round. I'm like, Chubb is done.
Yeah, he's stupid.
You see his leg, man?
What round's that? 2, 4, 6. Chubb in the 8th round.
Yeah, that's still
Jerome Ford in the 12th.
Wow. Why would you pick Chubb 4 rounds before Chubb?
It is ludicrous, isn't it? And then I like his 2 IDPs. For a new guy, he's just kept it nice and simple, not overdone the IDPs, because literally you could pick a guy up off the waiver wire in that position. But he's got Ernest Jones. He got traded. I can't remember where he got traded to, but I thought it's still all right. And then Devin Lloyd. Devin Lloyd was decent last year. Was it the Jags?
Oh, yeah. So which team are you doing again?
I'm going to go solely because...
No, I mean, which team were you just talking about?
Oh, I was talking about the Manchester Spanners.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Spinners,
yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah, they're at the bottom. Okay, yeah. I was looking at one of the new teams for some reason. So, yeah. So, Johnny mentioned that the Not Colt Knockouts and the Birmingham Bears, they're both new this year. And so, if you wanted to mention anything about one of those teams, I think they might appreciate it being new, of course.
I was just looking at the Birmingham Bears, and I kind of I like
Kenneth Walker.
That's why I like him.
And I know you're a Scary Terry fan.
Yeah, but then Sam Laporta, Travis Kelce, you could probably literally play them 2 week in, week out, especially with the premium. He's then managed to get Lamar Jackson. I had Lamar Jackson last year in Orkney, and he cost me because he's very up and down. But I feel like with Derrick Henry there now, it's just going to unlock Lamar even more to stay more consistent, because they're not going to be able to overload the box. They're going to always be second guessing. I think it's really going to help Lamar with his points in fantasy. Then Deebo Samuel is always consistent enough, obviously injuries dependent. I think Alvin Kamara is one I've not really heard anyone speak about, but I feel like he's going to do well this year. Obviously, Kenneth Walker, people know enough my feelings on that guy. And then he's got McLaurin, Keenan Allen, Christian Watson. Christian Watson's the most slept-on Packer because of all the other sexy names that people want to chuck out there. But really, when Christian Watson played last year, he was the one. All the stats showed that he was targeted the most every time he came back on the field. His Blake Corum pick looks even more interesting after Sean McVay's come out and said that Kyren Williams is going to be doing punt returning. Looks fucking insane. He's got a backup in Tua. Curtis Samuel, Ty Chandler, I think, is a steal. Brandon Cook's absolute steal because he's the 2 in the Cowboys, where CeeDee Lamb hasn't practiced all pre-season. He's only a slim guy. There's easy possibility that he's going to pick up niggles, and Brandon Cooks is going to then become the one in some games. He's got Bobby Wagner, David. Wandale Robinson is a great throw-in one of your last picks, and Jason Myers always solid. I do really like his team.
Yeah, it's a solid team.
And also, Jonathan Brooks is a great to accumulate the team he's got, and also to get Jonathan Brooks where he got him, because you chuck him in the IR, and then you're picking up a new player straight away, and then see what he does. Because I think Jonathan Brooks had his injury pretty much a year, because he's now IR for 4 games. I think that is bang on. His ACL injury was bang on a year from when he did it, and they say that is roughly the timeline of where players are fully recovered from an injury of that type. So he could have Kamara, Walker, Brooks, Ty Chandler, who easily could be the one for the Vikings, because Aaron Jones can't stay healthy, as my son's telling me that his Kenneth Walker's his biggest player. And Blake Corum. I really like his team.
Yeah, and the knockouts. You're big on Henry. They got Hill, London Evans, Richardson. This actually is not a bad. It's amazing how some leagues there's like 4 or 5 teams that are really good, and some leagues I don't like any of the teams.
Yeah,
but
them two.
This league is going to be tough. They're going to be fighting it out.
They might be new to the Orkney, but they're definitely not new to fantasy. You can tell.
Yeah, he did well, I think. All right, let's do the predictions. So who you're going to take here?
I'm going to go with the Birmingham Bears.
All right. Dr. Pez is going out with the Birmingham Bears to come home with the trophy here. I am going to go with the Manchester Spinners and Nick Tactics on an upset over the other 2 teams that I think might actually be built a little bit better. I am sorry, Lemony Fresh, not this year. Anyway, Johnny, what was your message that you posted there? We need to pick. Okay, can you show me my division? Do we have that?
Just go for yourself.
Yeah, I think I will just go ahead and pick myself with Kendra Miller coming away. Well, no, wait a minute. I don't have Kendra Miller. I will take my team. I don't think it's as bad as originally thought. However, I will need a lot of things to go right for my team to win, but we shall see. I'm taking the safe bet not to piss off anybody. The Cavite Porkers are going to come home with the trophy. All right. If I pick anyone else, I'm just going to upset somebody. Anyway. So, Johnny, let's see. What do we have next on the agenda? Let's see. We are going to.
Well, you go for your division picks and wild card spots.
All right.
I have to admit, I've not looked at myself, but I do have Craig's, and I've got your ones, but I'll just wing it.
All right. So let's start with the AFC East. I will tell you the finish of all 4 teams in the AFC East. If you don't want to do all 4 teams, that's okay. You can just say the division winner. However, in the AFC East, I have it as in this order. Number 1, division winner, Miami Dolphins. Number 2, New York Jets. And yes, at number 3, missing the playoffs, Buffalo Bills. And the last team will be the New England Patriots. And it puts a smile on my face to say it. Pez, who do you have in the AFC East?
I'm going to go. This is the one where I kept changing when I looked at it. I'm going to go with, because I thought the Jets at first, but I thought it's the Jets, and they literally they just they can't do anything right. So I'm going to go the Dolphins, the Bills, the Jets, the Patriots.
Okay. Johnny?
Well, I'm going to go against you. I'm only really going to go for the winner because I've not had a chance to think about it much of it. But I'm still going to go. I'm still going to go with the Bills. The Bills, because you've got Josh Allen. Tua can't play in the cold. The Jets are the Jets. Patriots are pass. And I just let you know that Craig has also chose the Dolphins. He's only picked the winners. So.
All right. So we have 2 for the Dolphins, 1 for the Bills, and 1 for the
3 Dolphins.
Did you say wait. Who did you say, Johnny?
I'm going for the Bills. Craig's going for the Dolphins.
I got the Dolphins. Pez has the
Dolphins.
Who did you go with, Pez?
Dolphins.
Okay. Yeah, so we got 3 for the Dolphins, 1 for the Bills. Excellent. All right, so I will move on to the AFC North, and we'll just keep going in this order. I'll go first, then Pez, and then Johnny. So in the AFC North, finishing first, as long as Lamar Jackson stays healthy. If he misses 4 games, I change my prediction. Number 1, Baltimore Ravens. Number 2, Cincinnati Bengals. Number 3, Pittsburgh Steelers. Number 4, Cleveland Browns. Because the Browns got a Brown after last year. It's just how they do it. That's how they roll. Dr. Pez, who do you have in the AFC North?
I'm going to go Bengals, Ravens, Steelers, Browns. I was going to put Steelers higher, but then their whole line's been decimated because I feel like no one's talking about all the weapons they have on their defense. And they always have a stout defense anyway with Tomlin. But I just feel like every single layer of that defense has just got killers on it. And I think the defense will do more damage. But I think Russ needs a solid O-line. At the stage of his career, he needs a solid O-line to be able to, get the job done on offense. So I had to drop them down a place. I was going to try and be controversial.
I was going to try and do the Steelers at number 2 as well, but I can't. I think it's going to be the Ravens and Bengals ahead of them. Johnny, who do you have?
Right. Well, I am going to go with the Bengals. I think they're going to start 0-2, but they are going to win the division. Okay. And I just have a feeling they're going to lose the first 2 games like they normally do with them. Pull it out of the hat and then win the division.
Bengals always start.
They're going to lose against the Patriots.
I think they're going to fuck it up somehow. The Patriots' defense is usually pretty strong, and they never start well. Chase hasn't practiced every year. So I probably won't be picking against them, but he always gets killed in the opening game of the season. So they're not great starters. So that'll be the surprise of the week. I might even pick that as my underdog. But
I was going to say, Johnny's underdog for Patriots.
I do actually think the Steelers will have a losing record this year, so they may end up 4th in the division. It's going to happen at some point. And those quarterbacks are here. And Craig has gone for the Ravens as well. But,
by the way, Johnny, it would be the first time Mike Tomlin has had a losing season as the head coach of the Steelers.
I know, but it's got to happen sometime.
It's got to happen sometime. Maybe. Who knows? I guess if it could happen to Bill Belichick, whatever. All right, let's move to the AFC South. Here, I struggled to pick who I thought would win because I think really all 4 of these teams could end up being the division winner. They're so closely comparable, really. Matt, I went in this order. Number 1, Texans. Number 2, Colts. Number 3, Titans. Number 4, Jags. I think the Titans are going to actually surprise a lot of people, and I think they could push for a playoff spot this year. Yeah. But who do you have, Dr. Pez?
Texans, Jags, and then Colts and Titans, just because Titans, Will Levis hasn't shown enough to prove that he can get it done. So that's an unknown. The Texans have just got stronger somehow in pretty much both sides of the ball. The Jags, I think everyone's sleeping on them. Trevor Lawrence has looked really good in preseason, really sharp. With Doug Peterson, with a full season and a full preseason, off season with Doug Peterson now. Trevor Lawrence just gives me that vibe of Carson Wentz. And if you remember what they managed he did it. The Eagles with Carson Wentz before he got injured.
Yeah.
They were like killing teams left, right, and center. And I obviously we're talking actual football. I'm still not sold on Anthony Richardson because the things he showed me in preseason are the things that people had question marks about him coming into the league. Like, we all know he can run. We all know he's a big guy, but it's his throwing and his decision making whilst passing are his biggest questions. And I feel like he's not really put anyone at ease in the preseason that he's actually developed them things.
I have the Colts second because of Jonathan Taylor. I think he's going to have close to 1,500 yards this year. So I think he will propel them to a second place finish in that division. Johnny, who do you have?
Well, I've got the Texans as well, and Craig's also got the Texans. Sorry for my clock up. The team that was going to start 0-2 and win the division and probably go all the way was the Chiefs, not the Bengals. This is what happens when I don't prepare, because I've got the Ravens and I've got the Bengals. There was one of the favourites in divisions we're going to go to 0-2. Like I say, I'm just winging it this morning because it's not much thing to do anything. But yes, so that's the Chiefs are going to lose the first two. So you know who my Thursday night pick's going to be, even without the spread.
And then let's move on to the AFC West. I thought this division was going to be a lot more difficult, but after I put the teams down, it was fairly simple, straightforward. Chiefs, Chargers, Raiders, Broncos. I think I think the Broncos are going to improve a lot this season. They're going to show they're on the upswing. But the teams that have the amount of cap dead space as the Broncos have typically finished with one of the worst records in the league. However, I don't think they'll finish with one of the worst, but it's going to be hard to, finish in the playoffs with that amount of cap dead space. Dr. Pez, what do you think?
Chiefs, Raiders, Chargers, Broncos.
Okay. Yep. Johnny?
Just because.
Yeah, go ahead. Sorry.
I just think Jim Harbaugh, everyone's hyped about him, and I think it might take him a season just to sort his team out. Herbert's got this foot injury. That's not a great start. So I feel like they might have a bit of teething problems this season, but then Harbaugh will get it all ironed out. So I think by that point, they would have lost too many games.
It could, yeah. Herbert's foot can certainly play a role in where they finish. Johnny, what do you think?
Oh, it's got to be the Chiefs. So they should be winning it quite easy. I know they get hard games against some of the teams, but yeah, they're just the strongest team in that division by quite a long way. When you've got Mahomes, Kelsey, that offense, and their defense is pretty smart too. Even though they did lose, was it Snead? But they'll plug somebody in and take his place. But they should win that by quite easy. And for that record, probably have the number one pick, number one slot in the playoffs.
I think so. Actually, the rest of the NFL are going to be scratching their head and asking themselves, how did we let them get Xavier Worthy? They just allowed Mahomes to get his new weapon. And I think Worthy is going to soon be a top 5 wide receiver. Maybe not this year, but maybe in year 2.
It's also going to Chiefs. So
they're going to dust off that Tyreek Hill playbook from a couple of years ago and just go, Xavier, learn that, have it ready for week 1, and they're just going to take the pace out of everyone.
Hollywood Brown's pretty fast as well, though. So again, if he gets fit, then they've got 2 of them to watch. It's going to be even harder. So.
Double jet sweeping, and it's just a 30-yard pass to Travis Kelce instead.
Yep.
And then they let him get Wiley to replace Kelce in a year or 2. Wow. I mean, it's amazing. So here is my prediction on the playoff teams. Number 1, Chiefs. Number 2, Dolphins. 3, Ravens. 4, Texans. 5, Chargers, 6 Bengals, and the last playoff team will be the New York Jets. As much as I hate Aaron Rodgers, maybe he'll tear his other Achilles, and then I can let the Steelers in. Pez,
Right.
who do you got in your playoff? You don't have to do the positioning if you don't want. I know you did not have time to think about that. However, if you'd like to, go for it.
So I've got my divisional winners, and then I'm going to say my 5th, 6th, and 7th teams are going to be the Jags, the Jets, and the Bills.
All right. Nice. I love that. We got something to talk about.
So I don't have the Ravens making the playoffs. That's a bit stupid, isn't it?
Yeah. Nice. All right, Johnny. Who are your playoff?
I'll do Craig's ones first before I wing it. So Craig's wild cards are the Bengals, the Jets, and the Bills.
Okay.
My ones. I will go the Ravens, Dolphins, and the Raiders.
Okay. Yeah. Wow. Nice. I love Gardner Minshew time, man. I love it.
I'm thinking more the defense actually, more than Gardner Minshew.
I love it.
Yeah.
I love to see Gardner Minshew in the playoffs.
I did fancy
the sneaky one. Always a sneaky one you don't expect. So I'll go for the Raiders.
Yeah.
Plus I like Antonio Pierce. So.
Well, 50% of the teams are replaced each year. Last year the Chargers, Bengals, and Jets did not make the playoff. Or did the Bengals make it last? They did not make it last year, did they?
No.
So I have 3 of the 7 teams are new. So it's almost 50% for mine. I think Pez and we agree on all but one team. I believe that was the Chargers. You took the Bills, I believe. And Craig and I think, agreed on all 7 of our teams, except for in the positioning. So that's interesting. So we will move on to the NFC. We are going to do the NFC East last because Johnny and I's team are there. And we will wait to do the NFC West till the second to last. And we will start with the NFC North, which is in this order. Of course, I got to go with the Lions. Even though the Lions, I always feel like they got a lion. But, they're not the Browns. They're not the Chargers. They're going to finish first this year in the NFC North. Then I'm going with the Packers, the Vikings, and then the Bears, even though the Bears will improve on last year's record. I do think they will come in last in that division. Dr. Pez, who do you have?
It's an odd one, really, because I don't know what the Packers' defense is like and enough to give them the top spot. No, do you know what? I'm going to change it on the spot. I'm going to go Packers, Lions, Bears, Vikings.
Wow. Okay. I can see Vikings coming in last. They got Darnold at QB.
Yeah,
Johnny, what do you think?
Especially with Darnold. So
he'll be benched by week 3.
Craig has gone against the Packers and gone for the Lions. Unusual for Craig. But yeah, I'll probably do the Lions as well, to be honest. They do look the more round team. The Packers
so Craig
are good.
is being a homer.
Craig is not a homer this time, so yeah. I'm guessing they'll probably be in the wild card. I've not looked that far down, but they're not winning the division.
But Craig did pick the Packers, though, correct? And you picked the Lions?
Craig picked the Lions.
Oh, wow. All 4 of us picked the Lions.
No, I picked the Packers.
Pez went the Packers.
Ah, okay. So
Pez is totally different.
Well,
so I'm going to watch all this back and then I'll take notes in, so it's easier.
All right. The NFC South, which again, what is up with the South divisions? Any of these, besides maybe the Panthers could win it. And then any of these could end up with the worst record in the NFL. Who knows with these guys? The QBs could be awesome. The QBs could be terrible. Who knows what's going to happen? However, I'm going with the Falcons to finish first, with Penix starting at least 4 games this year. Bucks finishing up second, the Saints third, and the Panthers fourth. Dr. Pez, who do you have?
As long as Cousins is fully back from his injury, it's the Falcons, Panthers, Saints, and Bucks.
Wow. Okay. Nice. I love it. Johnny?
I just feel like
yeah, go ahead.
Wherever Dave Canales goes, the QB takes a significant increase. And Bryce Young is not a terrible quarterback. It might have just took him a year to get his bearings, understand it a little bit more. And then with Dave Canales there as head coach, tutoring him along, I feel like we're going to see a completely revamped Panthers team. Enough to where they're going to shock a few people.
Yeah, I can see it. Yeah, who knows? You know, quarterbacks can take time sometimes. So who do you have, Johnny and Craig?
Well, both myself and Craig have gone for the Falcons. So,
all right. So that seems to be a popular choice.
Yeah.
Popular choice. So,
well, they have the best quarterback. So.
By the way, Peyton Manning, rookie year, right, had, what was it, 18 interceptions, I think, something like that.
You had a lot.
So, yeah, I would not, undersell what Manning can do, or not Manning, Young can do and improve. Peyton Manning, rookie year, 28 interceptions.
Yeah, I knew it was more. Yeah, it was a lot.
Yeah, and 26 touchdowns. So his rating was a 71.2, and people were thinking Manning was going to bust out of the NFL. So who knows? Maybe Bryce Young just needed a year, right? I don't really get too worried about rookie quarterbacks until you do, right? All right. So off to the NFC West. Sorry, Pez. I'm going to go with the Niners. They just have too many offensive weapons. Their defense could be the best in the NFL. I mean, they've built a solid team. I do think their window is closing, and they only have maybe this year, next year, and then that's about it. I think by then they're going to struggle to replace some key players, so now's the time to get it done. So Niners, Seahawks, Rams, Cards. Pez, let me hear it.
Obviously, the Niners are who they are.
Yeah.
But I'm bullish on the Seahawks.
Yeah, I can see why. They
like in preseason, they've shown stuff. Like they've shown a difference on defense. They've all looked like they're bought in. I think Grubb's going to unlock JSN. Tyler Lockett's going to drop down to wide receiver 3. DK is going to have a monster season. And it all evolves around that O-line. If that O-line can just be average, then I feel like we're going to take some big scalps. You've got to remember what Mike McDonald did to the Niners last year with the Ravens. Like, sometimes Kyle Shanahan just has these coaches that just make him unstuck. And if Mike McDonald's one of them, that could be the decider there. Obviously, very biased as well. And I'd never pick the Niners to win anything. Just remember that.
Oh, they know that.
Because when CMC's calf rips from the bone and he's done for the year, and then Trent Williams doesn't bother turning up anymore because he's like, I'm too old, I'm just retiring on my money. And then Purdy's like a lamb to the slaughter out back for any edge rustle.
Purdy's got a good head, man. He sure is Purdy.
It doesn't matter when he's got no line to protect him. He can be as good as he wants to be. So, Seahawks, Niners, Cardinals. No, Rams, Cardinals. I really wanted to move the Cardinals up because of the pieces they've created, but they've got no offense. So their season's going to go. They're going to be in loads of shootouts. Kyler's going to be running all over the place. Marvin Harris is probably going to get a load of points. James Conner's going to go until he breaks, and then the other one's going to come in and get a load of points because they're just going to be in shootouts because their defense really isn't non-existent. And then inevitably, halfway, 3/4 into the season, Kyler will end up breaking down because he's worked too hard.
Yeah, he looks
The
like
standard Cardinals.
Out there. I don't know. He looks like a little league quarterback playing in high school. You know, he's just so tiny. Seriously, every time I see him play, I just think they're going to break him in half. Could you imagine having a 6'8", 320-pound guy fall on Kyler Murray? I mean, seriously.
That's why every single year he's had a knee or an ankle issue. And then the season before, he had the big issue. He eventually broke.
That poor guy, man. All right, Johnny, what you got?
Both Craig and I are going for the 49ers.
All right, safe choice. All right, the NFC East.
Oh, God. This is actually a shock you're ranking here. So, yeah.
So, as much as it makes me want to puke right here in front of everyone on live YouTube television, I'm going with the Eagles. However, I don't think that this is going to be a good year for the NFC least. I don't think any of these four teams are going to be particularly strong throughout the year. All of them will show signs of being dominant and then show signs of just blowing it. So, Eagles, number 2, Giants. And let me explain why. 2 years ago, the New York Giants went to the playoffs. They have actually not gone down that much. They've improved their O-line. They've improved their wide receivers with Malik Neighbors. Saquon Barkley in 2023, you want to know his stats? He had 6 touchdowns with only 962 yards rushing and a 3.9 yards per carry average. They won out Barkley having a Barkley season. I think Singletary can do 6 touchdowns and 962 yards rushing without blinking an eye. Giants, I think, are going to rebound. They will finish second. Cowboys third. Redskins making improvements and showing signs with Jaden Daniels that could be a powerhouse in the making. Redskins at 4. Bez, what do you think?
Eagles, Commanders, Cowboys, Giants.
Wow. Johnny, he stabbed you right in the heart and smiled as he was doing it.
Well, actually, for a lot of fun one at the end of this, we can pick who's going to have the number 1 pick next year. So, but yeah, I will go.
Maybe next week, after the first week of games, we'll predict the worst team in the NFL. Yeah, that's a good one. I like it. All right, Johnny, what's your...
I'm going to go for the Eagles, even though it does hurt to say it, and so is Craig.
All right. So my playoff teams in this order are going to be obviously the division winners: Niners, Lions, Falcons, Eagles. Seahawks may actually have the second or third best record in the NFL, but of course the highest they can be is the 5th seed. Giants, Cowboys. All right, Dr. Pez, what do you think?
Well, I've got Eagles, Falcons, Seahawks, and Packers. Then I think the other teams will be I feel like the Niners, the Lions, and then throw a dart out there, the Panthers in the 7th spot.
Yeah.
Well, I was going to do that, but I'll not do that anymore. So.
It's either the Commanders or the Panthers. I just want to chuck a thing out there. One of them.
I can see it. All right, Johnny.
Well, Craig's wild cards are the Packers, the Bears, and the Cowboys.
Packers and who?
Bears, Packers, Cowboys, and the Bears.
Okay.
My wild cards. As much as it still hurts to say, it's got to be the Cowboys and Seahawks and the Rams.
All right, there you go. I love the Rams. You know, every year there's a last and first team. So
I was going to go for the Panthers, but somebody beat me to it, and I knew he would when he picked him to finish second in the division. Because I think Bryce Young might be better, new weapons. But
every year there's a last to first team that makes the playoffs. So the Panthers, the Commanders, yeah, I can see that happening, right? Without a doubt. Who finished last? Yeah, that was the Cards. Never mind. I was hoping maybe the Seahawks were going to be fine. But the Chargers finished last year, didn't they? Or the Bengals? I think the Bengals were last. So
the Bengals finished last. They've got a good chance as long as Burrow's healthy.
Well, at least I got one last to first team. All right. So those are some interesting picks. I will actually post my choices in the Orkney Bowl chat so I can be ridiculed and everyone can make fun of me and they can see it. Maybe it'll drive them to watch the show. So, Johnny, I think we are moving on to our fantasy football draft. Is that correct?
Yeah, so this is a new one. I thought it'd be a bit of fun. So each week we'll do the wheelie names. A team will come up and we'll take turns of picking a player. So there'll be a quarterback, running back, wide receiver, tight end, and 2 flex spots. So there'll be 5 players we'll pick each in the week. You don't have to go in that order. Whatever team you get to choose what player you want for that position, but you can't, you know what I mean? So that's the way it goes. You can only pick one quarterback. You can pick.
Okay. So we will pick only one player from each team. And all 3 of us picking a player from that team, or just one of us will pick a player?
all 3 of us. So we'll go in division standings. So Pez is in the 4th division. You go first this week, and you go second, and I'll go third. And then each week it'll be the person with the lowest team total from the week before picks first. It'll be a snake. It'll be I'll pick third, but then I'll pick first in the second one. So we'll try and keep up.
Yeah. All right.
All right. Let's do it. So the first team of the week is
the Broncos.
The Broncos. Oh my. I'm glad I got the second pick at least. All right, Pez, who you taking off the Broncos?
Oh God, that's gonna be a hard one.
You see, you got Nick, Williams, Sutton,
and they're playing the Seahawks this week. Oh
my.
Fuck.
Trey Franklin, something like that.
I'll go Cortland Sutton.
You're going Sutton. I'm going Javonte Williams. Easy pick for me. Johnny. No. He's having to look at the roster hoping there's someone better than Bo Nix. He's like, he doesn't want to be stuck with Bo Nix as his quarterback.
So I think we're better than Daniel Jones. I'll go Jaleel McLaughlin. Is he the backup?
Why not? I was thinking of that. Yeah. I think he might be a surprise this year. We lost Pez. I don't know what happened.
I'm still here. I'm just in the background.
Okay.
I've got looks like I've not got the to take it off, so hopefully the Broncos don't come back on because they've not got another 3 players. We'll just skip it if the Broncos come back on. So we've got the Colts.
Yeah. We'll spin again. Yeah. The Colts. So I have the first pick. So how many running backs do we have?
Well, just one.
One running back.
We can have 2 if you want. I did have it in the group chat. I've just not had a chance to do much about it. So I don't know. Look in the group chat.
For this week, we'll just leave it what you had in the group chat. We'll just do it 1. Just 1-1.
Yeah.
1-1-1-1 2 flex.
Yeah.
Okay.
1-1-1 2 flex.
Right.
So you do have your 2 flex. But
so you can still have a flex running back.
Johnny, who do you got?
I'll go Jonathan Taylor in my flex.
Yeah, that's who I would have chosen.
I really should write this down. But
wait, flex. We have a flex. We do have a flex.
Too late. You pick Pittman.
That's all right. I'll take Pittman. All right, Pez.
Oh, I thought you said Anthony Richardson. I'll take Anthony Richardson.
Excellent. All right, good. Colts are not a bad team to choose from, actually. All right, solid players.
Oh, fuck. Well,
hell, I got the third pick on this. I actually got to research their freaking roster. Oh, my.
I'm going to use my other flex and go to Ramondre Stevenson.
Oh.
So I'm going to have to write this down. This is going to be fun every week, this one.
Yeah, Ramondre Stevenson might be the only. Jeez. So, Paz, you got the next one. So are these super flex spots or just flex?
Just flex.
Just flex. Don't complicate it. Right.
Oh,
one minute. Let me quickly just have a look who they play.
Why in the hell do you have to?
Where are they? They're playing the Bengals, right? Oh, I'm gonna have to use a flex spot on some absolute ass hat.
Who did you pick, Pork? Oh, you don't pick it.
I got the third pick here.
I'm going Jalen Polk.
Yeah, the rookie. All right. Well, I am going to go with, the asshat pick here. Oh, my.
This is going to be a
KJ
fun
Osborne.
segment.
KJ Osborne. Let's do it.
Cool. Well, at least I've got two decent running backs.
I mean, I'm not taking Jacoby Brissett as my quarterback. Sorry.
So, Pork, you get the first choice?
Wow. I'll take Dak Prescott.
Dak.
Is it me?
Yeah.
No, it's Johnny.
Is it me? No.
Yeah, you're the third pick. I'm second.
Yeah, you're.
Yes, right.
It's Snake. You're meant to go again, Johnny.
Yeah, you're meant to go again. Shoot. Yeah. So you have the first pick,
so
Johnny.
Me.
Yeah.
Oh, there you go then. Well, I'll leave you, Dak. I'll go Lamb. Well, in fact, no, I'll go Ferguson.
Oh, yeah, big twat bag. I'll go Lamb.
So you're going to go and you're Lamb. So that's your flexes filled for you. So not a bad flex that when you've got Sutton, Polk and Lamb. So
okay, so Ben, you have the first pick here.
Oh,
the Dolphins. And you've got a running back on the tight end.
Yeah, I'm gonna go H-am. I could have took Tyreek.
I know.
Who did you take?
A-Chain.
A-Chain. So I have a flex spot open
on a tight end.
A tight end spot. Is that right?
Yeah.
All right. I'm going to go with the Tyreek Hill.
So I have a quarterback or a wide receiver. Do I go for Tua, or do I take a gamble that I don't end up with that? No, I'm going to have to go Tua.
With Waddle? Yeah.
No, I'll go Tua. I'll leave myself a wide receiver for the last one. At least we've got. So for the last picks, you both need to pick a tight end, and I need to pick a wide receiver. So I'm quite fancy with chances for the last.
Oh, damn! Who's picking first?
So who's first?
Me.
I guess me, right?
Me?
No, if it's Snake, I never have the first pick. I never have the first pick in Snake.
I'll take Kittle.
So I guess you go for Kittle.
Yeah.
Well, I don't even have it. What is their backup tight end?
Who is your backup tight end?
I don't know. Do they even have one?
No, they did sign somebody. Who was
it? Jeez. And who is my running back anyway? I can't even remember.
Jack Tongs.
Javonte Williams. Who is it?
Oh my God, this team.
Who's the backup tight end?
Jake Tongs.
No, the
How do you
drafted.
spell that? Jones?
I know how you. Where is it?
Eric Schubert. Yeah, it's bad.
Let's see.
I'm just going to put Niner backup. 49
Yeah, I'll do that.
backup.
Watch Kittle get injured on the first game.
Yeah.
First play.
I'm pretty
And
sure they did. They got somebody in like the waiver thing, but I'll have to double check that one. So
No.
I will go. Oh, will I go for Debo or Ayuk? I'll go Ayuk because you'll be happy he's got his money.
Yeah.
That's just a daft thing because nobody can get CMC. No, they might be playing anyway.
Well, that's where you've got to kind of play it, haven't you? You've got to kind of take a hit early on to try and get one of the bigger ones.
So the teams are Pez has got Richardson, A-Change, Sutton, Kittle, Polk, and Lamb. Portland's got Dak, Williams, Pittman, the Niners backup tight end, whoever that is, KJ Osborne, and Tyreek Hill. I've got Tua, McLaughlin, Ayuk, Ferguson, Taylor, and Stevenson. Well, that is a fun first one. So obviously, whoever gets the worst, whoever scores the worst this week, will get the first pick next week.
I got the first pick coming. All right, that's exciting.
I would guess there's probably a good chance for that one, unless Dak goes absolutely mental and throws the ball to
Dak and Hill.
Or anyway. The Brandon Cooks. But yeah, so yeah, that was a fun one. So
all right.
I'll get rid of that.
So we will go to our picks of the week. And of course, we will start with Thursday night football, which will be the Ravens at the Chiefs. Right now, Sleeper has the points. No, is there a point spread in the Sleeper one?
Yeah, you've got if you go in the Pez and Pork one, that's a point spread.
Okay, let me open the Pez and Pork because I had the Oracle.
If anybody wants to join the Pez and Pork spread one, give us a shout.
Okay, yes. If you are watching and you want to join the Pez and Pork Bowl Pick'em League against the spread, send Johnny a message and he will send you the invite to join. Also, please hit like and subscribe. Of course, we need all your support, and make sure you comment and let us know how crazy we are in our predictions and our comments. So Kansas City is a 3.5-point favorite. Don't really care what the point spread is. I'm taking Kansas City to win at home. Bez, what do you got?
Yeah, I've got the Chiefs.
Johnny?
I've got the Ravens.
Oh, with the upset. I like it.
Well, if they run the ball like they should have done in the playoffs. Like I say, I did predict that the Chiefs will lose the first two games and still win. So I have to go against them with the spread if I picked them to lose the first two games. Because they play Bengals.
Yeah, but people keep forgetting about the Ravens, that they've just lost the defensive coordinator, and that was one of the key components of their team last year, and no one's speaking about it.
Yeah, but I still fancy the Chiefs lost last year to the Lions, so it can happen. So Lamar is the MVP.
Sorry, go ahead.
No, I think it'll be a close game. I don't think it's going to be a blackout, but so it's only there could be a field goal difference, and then that's the 3.5 points you still got it. So
yeah. So the lock of the week is supposed to be the team. If it's okay with you, we can certainly not do it this way. It should be any team, regardless of spread. The size of the spread, even if they are the underdog in the spread, it is the team that you predict to win no matter what. It is your lock. 100% guaranteed this team will win regardless of the spread. Is that fair for everyone?
Yeah, if you want. Just to give you a heads up, if I disappear, it's because I've got Frankie's mate turning up. So there might be a load of kids screaming for a minute, but I am still here.
We're kid friendly here.
We've got two picks left. So This one is
Yeah.
the underdog, and that'll be us.
So who do you got for your lock of the week, Pez? No, all right. So I will go with my lock of the week to start. And actually, while I did, wow, this is a tough week because they intentionally put close matchups in the first week, I think.
Yeah,
Oh, man, this is a tough one. So I will go with the San Francisco 49ers on Monday Night Football as my lock of the week. They will beat the New York Jets and make Aaron Rodgers cry like the little baby that he is. Baz, are you ready for your lock, or should Johnny go ahead and do his?
Do Johnny's first. I've just come upstairs.
Go ahead, Johnny.
Well, I'm going to go the Bengals against the Patriots.
Yeah, I was thinking that. That's a big spread.
But they're like a 9-point favorite.
10-point spread.
You took my one there, Johnny.
You say there's no limit, so I'm going to go with that.
You can take the same one, Pez. There's no, I mean, it's your lock of the week.
Yeah, you can pick the same pick. You don't have to be separate.
You don't have to go.
All right, I'll go Bengals.
All right. Now we are going underdog of the week, and
so
we
your
do
best
get the spread on this. So, yes.
All right. Okay. So we're not using the spread for the lock, but we're using the spread.
Yeah. Well,
apparently we're
the
using
lock,
the spread.
you still have to use the spread, right? But if you pick an underdog team and the underdog wins, then you win, right? It's your lock. You're guaranteed winner.
But we're not using the spread for the lock to the underdog. We're just picking the winner.
Well, I think the lock of the week is still use the spread. But we shouldn't say lock of the week. We should just say favorite of the week then, because the lock is your lock, your guaranteed winner. That you put your money, you put all the money that you made this month, your salary down, and say, this right here is going to be the winner. So if I picked an underdog, I still get the points. Right? It's the spread. You still use the spread, right?
Right. We can sort this out in the chat.
Using the spread. Yeah.
We'll sort this out in the chat.
We all picked favorites this week anyway. So, my underdog of the week will be the Pittsburgh Steelers over the Atlanta Falcons. 3.5 points.
Nice. I'm going to go with the Panthers over the Saints.
Nice. Okay. I can see that.
Well, I'm going to Jets.
Jets. You're going against my
You know what? They were the three I was all looking at. Literally, I looked at all three of them.
Nice. I love it. All right. I think Dr. Pez has had enough for the evening. Frankie and friends are coming over to tear the house apart and make Pez lose his hair.
Well, it's the last day of the holidays. So for you lot. So,
It was meant to be today, but I got a surprise yesterday off my wife saying, "Oh, you do know that Frankie's not back at school tomorrow?" I was like, "What?"
Yeah, it's an in-service day for the teachers.
I was looking forward to my Monday routine back of the house to myself, doing the show, going to the gym, chilling out. Instead, I've got a house full of kids now.
First week of the season.
Yeah.
Next week, back to the schedule. All right, guys, let's wrap it up. I appreciate you guys coming here, and remember to like and subscribe. Comment in the comment section for anything that you think we're crazy or you think we said well. We always appreciate your comments. For Johnny, always in the booth, thank you. Dr. Pez, your insight's invaluable. Appreciate you being here. Till next week. Later.
Yeah.
Bye.